Today we are going to learn the topic of intellectual property. What is intellectual property? It refers to the creations of the mind, such as inventions, literary and artistic works, designs, symbols, names, and images used. Intellectual property, or IP, it is protected in law by copyrights, patents, trademarks, etc., which enable people to earn recognition from what they invent or create. Now let's have a look to the types of intellectual property. We all know the most commonly used types, which are the patent, trademark, and copyright. But other than that also there are several other types of intellectual property, like the plant breeder's right, the utility model or design, graphical location, or which is known as GI, trade secrets. In today's first lecture, we are going to deal with copyright, patents, and trademarks. The rest we will be covering in the upcoming lectures. So, what is copyright? The Statute of Anne in 1710, an Act of Parliament of Great Britain, was the first statute to provide for copyright regulated by the government and courts rather than by private parties. Oxford English Dictionary, it defines copyright as the exclusive right which is given by law for a certain term of years to an author, composer, etc., or his assignee to print, publish, and sell copies of his original work. Students, you can see the symbol circle with a C written inside it. This is the symbol of copyright. According to Indian Copyright Act 1957, copyright lasts for 60 years in the case of original literary, dramatic, musical, and artistic works. The 60-year period is counted from the year following the death of the author. In the case of cinematograph films, sound recordings, photographs, posthumous publications, anonymous and pseudonymous publications, works of government, and works of international organizations, the 60-year period is counted from the date of publication. If there is any violation of Copyright Act, then it comes under both the criminal procedure as well as the civil procedure, civil court of law as well as the criminal court of law. Now moving ahead to the next IP, it is patent. The Statute of Monopolies in 1624, which is an Act of Parliament of England for skilled individuals of the industries with new techniques, is the first statutory expression of English patent law. The World Intellectual Property Organization, which is known as WIPO, it defines patent as a set of exclusive rights granted by a sovereign state to an inventor or assignee for a limited period of time in exchange for detailed public disclosure of an invention. An invention, it is a solution to a specific technological problem and is a product or a process. What types of invention can be patented? Novelty and usefulness. Implications of getting a patent. Once invention is safeguarded by a patent, it cannot be commercially made, used, distributed, or sold out without the consent of the patent owner or patentee. The patent owner has the right to decide who may or may not use the patented invention during the period of protection of invention. Now let's look into some various famous examples through which you can relate to the concept of patent. You all might have seen Three Idiots. Yes, the famous Amir Khan movie of Funsuk Wangru. If you all remember the climax scene wherein Chatur he runs after Funsuk Wangru in Ladakh to sign a deal with his corporate company. In that he says that Funsuk Wangru is one of the most famous inventors of world who has got 400 patents to his credit. And it was not at all easy for any company to crack a deal with Mr. Wangru. So that is the power of patent. Another example from the movies only is in De Dhakka movie. It is a very popular Marathi movie. The role played by Shri Makarand Anaspure, who is a very famous Marathi actor, he invented a certain kind of engine part which will consume less fuel. That got patented by one of his friends on Makarand Anaspure's name, which saved his family and through which he could get almost some 10 lakh of amount, 10 lakh rupees of amount. So these are some of the examples. There are many other examples from academics also, but as we all know that if we study or if we give such examples from cinemas, then we definitely do remember it always. Now let's move to the next type of IP. It is the trademark. Now you all might have seen this TM or R somewhere written. See these images on the slide. The Google, the Coca-Cola, this Nike sign, then Intel inside, the particular sound which comes from the Intel powered PCs, then the Microsoft, this four colored windows, blue, red, yellow and green, then this Mercedes-Benz logo, then the Tumblr, anything, Facebook, Twitter, all these companies, they have got their own trademarks which give them a certain identity, which make them unique. Facebook, if you just see a small f written on a blue circle, it means it's Facebook. A trademark, it is a sign capable of distinguishing the goods or services from one enterprise from those of the other enterprises. Like Facebook and Twitter, Instagram, these you can definitely differentiate with the help of these trademarks. It helps the consumers to identify and choose between products or services based on their reputation and quality. Why the registration of trademark is important? Because it gives exclusive legal right of your business name, protects your business name and gives remedy in the court in case of any sort of infringement. For example, if some other company it infringes the logo of Coca-Cola or Pepsi or any cold drink or any sort of material that has got its own trademark, then that case can be took up to the court. That can become a criminal procedure. A sound name in the market in the eye of a general public, it creates a face value among the competitors, it gives a legal recognition to your business, and monopoly or business name or brand name. Like we all say, okay, it is a product of LG, so it is definitely an excellent product. There is no need to check the manual and all that. So this is the brand name or this is the brand power. Thank you for patient listening to today's lecture in which I introduced the concept of intellectual property. We saw the various varieties of intellectual property and in brief we took what is copyright, then what is patent along with some examples, and what is trademark. That also we took with the help of examples. The next type of intellectual properties will be taken up during our next lecture. Students, please go through the slide properly Refer books, refer online reading materials, go through the Copyright Act 1957 of India as well as the Copyright Act which was amended in 2012. As an assignment, you need to do the comparative chart of 1957 Copyright Act of India and 2012 Copyright Act of India. And also you have to list down certain brand names which have got their own trademarks. Thank you.